That's domestic as
So what's up, guys? We are at Sebring International Raceway today for some live action with NASA Florida. Should be a good day. First time at the track. Don't know really what to expect, but obviously you guys know I sim race, so we'll see how much that transitions over to the ability to make some of these corners. But pretty good stuff. So just gonna be a live action video. We're gonna show passing, we're gonna show some hot laps. So let's get to it. It's a 2-day event, and let's jump on it. So first things first, we didn't pass tech due to the gap in the battery box. They said it's unsafe for the battery to not be completely tied down even though it's within the enclosed box. So what we're gonna do, if you come over here, we are sleeping in the trailer this weekend, but essentially I'm gonna take the foam that is part of my bed and cut that up and make a filler. So let's get to doing that and filling it in, and I'll show you what that looks like. All right, so I cut two, what are they, 4x20 pieces of foam out of my bed, got them in there, folded them over 3 times, and that battery is not going anywhere. So that's in there in the battery box, not going anywhere, and let's go see if we can run over to tech and actually pass. So we got iteration number 3 here, making sure that it's super secure. I'm gonna go with a different battery box after this, but as you can see, a piece of wood in between to really hold it down instead of side to side. So that's there. This isn't going anywhere. I mean, it's essentially bending this piece that spans across. Foam on either side, so it's centered. Electrical tape. So thanks to the guys at NASA Florida for keeping us safe. Tech, yeah, it sucks when you have a problem like that, but when you do have a problem like that, it's for the better. So yeah, gonna go with a different battery box, and I mean, that's an easy change, should be cheap. Get something that's a little more stiff than that, that I don't have to fool with. And yeah, we're up next to go out on the track, so let's jump right into it. One session had a weird light come on that said oil pressure low. Check the oil, check the pressure, listen for knocks. Nothing really happened. So sat the car the rest of the session. There's like 5 minutes left. Came back out and back to the battery. Hilarious, after all of that, getting this battery all secure, it looks like the battery's just dead. So it looks like the battery won't hold a charge. I actually had to stop on the track. The car ABS went off. I locked the brakes up. I was like, what is going on? Why is traction control doing that? I think it just lost voltage. So it's either the alternator went bad or the battery. Right now I can't get the alternator tested, so I'm going to go run to the parts store, grab a battery. So pull the connector off. You can see the stamp on there, 1117, which makes this battery 3 years old. Nice Corvette. But essentially time to replace. Let's go get a new one. All right, so we made a parts store run. We have the new battery down there. I really hope this is it. Be really nice if I put the battery in and everything works how it's supposed to. Like I said, ABS went out, traction control went out, a bunch of dash messages, and then all of a sudden the car just quit. So it seems like it was a dead battery. I hope the alternator is charging. I'll probably run this session, come back into town here, which is like 15 minutes from the track, and get the alternator tested, because I got to gas up too. But I mean, the day's been pretty chaotic. I woke up, couldn't find my keys. Last night we were installing a large wing on Brian's car, my buddy's car, and we got it on, but I dropped my keys in the grass, and I probably looked for them for about an hour and 15 minutes this morning. Found them right before the driver's meeting, ran over to tech. Guy said I failed tech due to the battery, as you guys already know. Tried to fix the battery, wasn't right. Went to tech one more time, third time passed, and went on the track and had a light come on that said check oil pressure. So I went out and said, okay, let's see if there's oil in it. There's oil in it because I came off the track. Not enough time in that session, and so went back out the next time, and oil pressure went away, but the car quit right there, right before turn 16, right before you go on that backstretch. So yeah, pretty chaotic morning. I'm hoping my next session's at 2:40, and so at 2:40, like I said, I'm gonna run with the new battery and go out, and we will see if that works. But this is what it's like to do a track day. I mean, if you can't handle the stress of this and figuring it out, you either need a crew or buddies with you. These are the memories that get made. So let's put this battery in. So I got the new battery in, car fired right up, but as you can see here on the tuner, data logging, voltage power 11.6, that should be 13.14. Looks like we got an alternator out, so gonna run to the parts store and get an alternator. Got to pull this one out first. Pull this alternator out, $11 core, swap it back in. Let's do it. So if you're ever wondering how hot it is in the middle of Florida in August, it's very hot. Just replaced the alternator, and that still says 11. Give it some RPM. Still 11. So at this point, I have no idea what is going on. Kind of doing it live back down to the top, right? Still 11. So, new battery, new alternator. I'm just gonna let it idle and see if it dies. I don't know. So, I'll keep investigating. So after all the chaos in the morning, I got out there and charged the car up off the truck and got a session in and got my fastest lap, which we're going to walk through here. This is going into turn 1 at Sebring, still on the tarmac or the concrete there. It's very interesting passing over that. It's almost like being on the interstate. Going into turn 2 here, braking on 3, turning in. I continuously clip that left curbing and sometimes the right curbing going into this next corner or this long straight. Really want to ride it out so you get a good exit. This is a long flowy track at Sebring, so corner exit speed is really important. Slowing down your entry, ensuring that you can get a good run out of the corner, especially going into this low speed corner, going down second gear and turning in and really trying to get a good run and straighten out this little kink here. Even sometimes putting your right side on the right side rumbles just to have a straight path through there. This section of the track got really hairy later in the video when it got wet, but was able to hold it flat out through there in fourth, and running the rest of the track in third except for that one corner, third and fourth gear. A good run here. I did have a mistake right there where I clipped the curb later in the day. Got a little loose. Really important to stay off that curbing. This next corner, the apex is kind of hard to hold out. As you can see there, I turned in a little early apexed it. This section of the track can essentially hold it flat out. Probably could have shifted to fifth, but you go into this brake zone here to make this right-hander. Probably should have held that out even further to the left before I turned in, but another important corner here going into this long back straightaway. Want to get a good run out to the rumbles on this corner.
long straightaway, third, fourth gear, into fifth gear. I think I run up to about 124 here miles an hour. And then into the last corner of the track, which is famously known as Sunset Corner, onto the tarmac, and really bumpy as you hit apex here. You can see the seat rocking back and forth, and corner out straight to the wall. Keep the wheel as straight as possible so you don't scrub speed. And once again, exit's important onto the front stretch. So that was a lap. That was my best lap of 2:32 around Sebring.
All right, so this is what we have resorted to. Essentially charging the battery between each session off of the truck. So it gives it enough charge to actually do a session. There's no power cut, no anything. Car runs fine as long as the power's up. So essentially just gonna do that until we can get it back home and figure out what's going on. So we got some rain coming right now, and it already rained today, so I don't know how much longer we're gonna get time. We ran 2 sessions this morning. One of them got cut short. Our last session yesterday got cut off, so I missed 1 session due to the issues. I went through the battery, I went through the alternator, I went through all the wiring, tried bypassing my cutoff switch. Really nothing's working to give me 13 volts like I should have. I'm gonna go get the alternator bench tested as soon as I get back, but hopefully we can go back out and do maybe some wet laps before this blows in. But if not, then I guess it's a wrap for the weekend. We had a good time. We had some fast laps, some good passing. Actually showed a video to one of the instructors, get the check off to go to HPD 4. That's supposed to be happening soon here, but I kind of doubt it based upon the rain. But we'll see. Overall, Sebring is amazing. If you ever get an opportunity to come down here, 100% would suggest coming down to Sebring. Getting up into the stands up there, you can really see the whole track. It's Florida, everything's flat. So really good getting into the stands and watching people race, watching the race, watching your buddy go drive, whatever occurs.
So I didn't really know what the weather was going to do, but we're going to jump right into the HPDE 4 session that I ran. I got out to the track a little late picking up the instructor, but I was able to get out on the track. It was a little wet, but I was able to run down some cars, so here is that session.
got the car hooked back up. We just went out and did a session. Essentially went into an HPDE 4, which is the highest in NASA, to do my check ride. Sorry for no shirt, it's very hot in Florida here. But anyway, went out there and passed every single car in DE4. Now mind you, it rained, the track was wet, so a lot of people have packed up and left. As you can see, people are still leaving. The paddock's pretty empty. They're only running DE, all the racing stuff's done, which is a high performance driving experience for those that that don't know what HPDE is. But we ran some very fast times, even in the wet. I think I went 36 towards the tail end of that session, running mid 40s, low 40s at the beginning. But yeah, we'll see where we're at. Might go out and do another session. But hopefully you're enjoying the track video and the passing. I think I passed a Lotus that time, and SS Camaro, and a Miata, and maybe something else. But yeah, we're having a great time at Sebring. This track is epic, man, epic. So, but I mean, that's gonna be it. Hopefully I can figure out this charging error or issue. We can get the car charging again. Otherwise, I guess I'm bringing batteries to the track and charging them up. Who knows? But that's gonna be it. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that notification button. Follow me on Instagram. We will see you at the next track event.